Hi, I'm Lara and my subjects at A-level are English Literature, Latin and Politics. Well, I think if you enjoyed it at GCSE, it's a really good subject to carry on for A-level. That's probably the main reason I did it, because I really liked the GCSE course. Another reason to do it is the skills it equips you with, so you get a lot of the essay writing skills from the literature aspect of the course, then also a lot of the kind of problem solving skills which are very transferable from the language side. There's also a very well respected A-level by universities, which was important for me. Compared to some of my other A-levels, it's actually quite similar to the GCSE in terms of structure and content, and that we actually have the same textbook, obviously the A-level version. I'd say it's just like GCSE but more. So if you enjoy the GCSE, I'd really recommend doing Latin A-level, as you will likely enjoy it too. Like at GCSE, the course, which is OCR, is split into two sections, the first being language, where you do translating both into and out of Latin, with the prose composition translating into Latin being new to the A-level, new from GCSE I should add. And then the literature aspect, you look at 4 texts, 2 prose, 2 verse. So I'm currently doing the Aeneid and Cicero as 2 of my texts, and you basically look at those and write essays on them. So Latin at Wimbledon High has really taught me a lot, both firstly about skills such as reading, writing very carefully. Compared to my other subjects, it's very analytical, and that's really equipped me with useful skills. Secondly, the opportunities at Wimbledon for studying Latin are really broad, varied and very interesting. So we have a number of subject-specific speeches and people that come to our school, for example Daisy Dunn, who's a noted classicist, and Natalie Haynes, who you might have read some of her books of classics, and it's been really fascinating to hear their insights into the subject, which is so brilliantly organised by the department. So my A-level subjects mix is quite interesting, and it's quite different to what a lot of people do. I found Latin is actually really complementary to a number of A-levels. Firstly, the skills, as I've mentioned, analysis, essay writing, so the literature aspect of Latin is quite similar to English literature, both in the skills and also in a lot of the references. For example, lots of classical mythology and history comes across in English, which is very useful for my analysis of literary texts. With politics, it's also interesting to draw links between Latin and politics. So for example, in the Cicero text there's lots of talk about politics, and it's interesting to see how the classical themes translate to our modern world. After finishing school, I hope to study law at degree level, and therefore Latin is really useful for this, and that a lot of the transferable skills are really useful for law. For example, essay writing, analysis, also, the very surface level thing that a lot of legal terms are in Latin, so therefore I picked it as quite a useful A-level.